it just keeps getting better and better and better for Arsenal. I mean, where do I begin? We smashed Tottenham in the North London derby over the weekend. We smashed Bayern Munich, probably the most informed team in Europe. That's their first loss this season. It's crazy to me how I don't want to use the word dominant because Bayern Munich are a very, very good team and they had a lot more of the possession in the first half than Arsenal did. But for Bayern Munich to come to Arsenal at the Emirates Stadium and I want to say completely get humbled, and it's just a reminder to the rest of the big European teams that this season Arsenal are serious. It's mind blowing how good we are. Oh, I can't stop smiling. I seriously can't because I honestly I had a conversation with my brother before the game and I said I don't know if we're gonna win this one because Bayern Munich are just so dominant. They're so good. They they have players like Elise and Harry Kane who can change the game just like that. And the fact that we were able to keep Harry Kane quiet the entire game is not something that Arsenal usually do. Harry Kane has a habit of scoring goals against Arsenal, and we just we completely shut him out. He didn't do anything tonight, and it's so good to see that our defense is more than capable to deal with the best players in Europe, possibly in the world. But Harry Kane's up there. He's top five striker in the world. He has been for the last couple of years. On his day, he's unplayable. And the fact that we don't have Gabriel, we've had Mosquera come in to replace him. We started with Miles Lewis Skelly, Saliba as well, who has been fantastic these last couple of games, and Jurriën Timber to me, who is the best right back at the moment in Europe. We've shut out the players like Elise, Harry Kane, Serge Gnabry, who on his day is a very, very good player as well. But we are just fan freaking tastic. Oh my gosh. Anyway, what's up, you guys? It's M2K here, and we're back with another Arsenal analysis. And I mean, it's unbelievable. It really is. It really is like how freaking good we are. And I don't want to keep going into it on how happy and excited I am that we got the win. I want to go into the team real quick. So I'll show you guys. I show you guys the match stats, and then we'll talk through Bayern Munich's players, and then we'll go through obviously the Arsenal players as well on what I think has Arsenal has honestly Mikel Arteta has honestly transformed this Arsenal team into an absolute dynasty, and it is crazy. And there's key areas that I want to talk about, but we'll just go through the team right now. I mean, we obviously ended up winning the game 3-1. Jurriën Timber gets the first goal from an Arsenal corner, and it was a great corner, to be honest. It was a fantastic ball in by Bukayo Saka. Jurriën Timber was the first one there. Manuel Neuer is claiming that it's a foul. It's never a foul. When you're Manuel Neuer and you're 6'5" and you're as dominant in the penalty area as you are, he went down way too easily. For me, and I mean, if you watch it, I'm not being biased here, but it's never a foul. Bayern Munich claiming that it was a foul. I disagree completely. If it happened to Arsenal, I would have been like, you just need to be stronger. You need to be stronger in the penalty area, especially when you're, Manuel Neuer, who's a very dominant goalkeeper anyway. But we get the goal 22 minutes in. Jurriën Timber header, fantastic goal. I mean, we took it early. Saka with a great ball into the box, and he just gets there first. I mean, that's all it was to it. And then this guy here, Cole, who, if I can pull him up, let's go to lineup. Where is he? He was playing on the right wing. I mean, him and Elise ended up switching throughout the entire game. But I think he's 17 years old. And I watched this kid play. I've never heard of him before. I've heard the commentators talk about him over the build-up to this game, just by them saying that this kid's a talent, this kid's special, he's the next big thing to come out of Germany, and Bayern Munich have this, wonder kid who is supposed to be amazing. What a player. Seriously, for being 17 years old, he took his goal, age 17 years old, yeah. What a player. And he took his goal brilliantly. I mean, it was a great ball from Kimmich, picking it up in the back line. ball over the top to Serge Gnabry. Gnabry, first time ball across goal, and then first time touch into the back of the net. And the Arsenal defense were looking around at each other, but you just have to appreciate the goal. I mean, it was a fantastic goal from a neutral's point of view. As an Arsenal fan, it's frustrating that we conceded with just a simple ball over the top, and we just didn't deal with it. We didn't clear our lines, but what a goal! He took that really, really well. And then 2 Arsenal substitutions, 3 if you're including Calafiori, who assisted Martinelli. Not Martinelli, who assisted Madueke. Madueke with the 69th minute goal, and then Gabriel Martinelli rounded Manuel Neuer in the 76th minute. It was beautiful to see. But I want to talk about the Bayern players real quick, and then I'll go through my my thoughts and my ratings with the Arsenal squad. But I mean, we'll start off with the back line. Manuel Neuer, to me, I mean, made a couple of good saves. With Manuel Neuer, he always has that mistake in him, and he caused it today. With Martinelli's goal, why come out off your line? I understand that Martinelli's quick. I understand that Manuel Neuer wanted to help out his defender, but just stay on your line and give yourself a chance to save a one-on-one against Gabriel Martinelli. But I think the atmosphere got to him. He wanted to win that ball. He clearly was out of position, and it wasn't just that one time. I mean, he came off his line a couple of times, but he cleared his lines very, very well. But with Manuel Neuer, he always has that mistake in him. Jonathan Tah, I thought had a very good game. I think he's a good player. I like him. I liked him in his Bayern Leverkusen days. But Upamecano, I mean, I think he just got completely bullied tonight. He really did. I think Trossard had his number. I think Mikel Merino had his number. I have never highly rated Upamecano. I've always thought he was a player that's been overrated over the last couple of years. He got a 4.7 match rating and a yellow card. He possibly could have seen a second yellow. I mean, it would have been soft if he got a second yellow today, but Upamecano to me just isn't a player that I think is up there with your top Bayern Munich centre backs, and it shows. Stanisic had a very, very difficult time playing at right back today. I mean, I think he got sort of outclassed, outperformed, outnumbered at times. I think Lewis Skelly and Trossard and Declan Rice sort of interchanging with Mikel Merino moving over to that side. He looked completely out of place and he struggled at times. And then Daniel Lima as well. I think it's Conrad Lima. Again, not a very good game. He's a right-footed center mid playing at left back. And it just shows that, they're missing like players like Alphonso Davies, who's out with an injury. He'll be back next month. But I think their entire defense today was probably their most vulnerable part in their team. Kimmich, I like Kimmich. I've always liked Kimmich. Didn't really particularly have a good game. I mean, it was a great ball over the top to get Bayern's first goal. I thought Serge Gnabry had a pretty quiet game. Same with Michael Olise, and it's crazy to me like how this guy might be the most informed player in Europe right now. I mean, he has been on fire for Bayern Munich this season, and we didn't give him anything. Our fullbacks, whether he was on the right-hand side or the left-hand side, we just didn't give him anything. And you got to give credit to Arsenal for shutting down Olise, and obviously as well as Harry Kane. Harry Kane, I don't even think he had a shot on target. He was pretty unnoticeable at times during this game. But with that being said, when you criticize one team, you've got to give praise to the other team. And I mean, I take my hat off to Arsenal. We played really, really well. I think Mikel Arteta got his tactics spot on today. We'll start with the back, and David Raya. Again, I mean, another goal conceded, but it was a very good goal. He didn't do anything wrong. He couldn't have stopped that. I mean, you've got to be a pretty insane goalkeeper to stop that goal against Bayern Munich. But I think David Raya had a very, very good game again today, but it just is unfortunate that we did end up conceding. Lewis Skelly, I didn't think he did too bad. I mean, he was possibly our worst player on the field today, but I think he had a very good game. Like I said, he shut out Michael Olise, so giving him a 6.4 match rating, is it fair? Maybe. I mean, maybe. I don't think he put a foot wrong. I think he did a really, really good job. I thought Mosquera was quality. This kid is class. He really is. He is 21 years old, stepping into this Arsenal team to replace Gabriel, who's out injured for the next 4 to 6 weeks. He didn't put a foot wrong. He was absolutely outstanding. He won every header, kept everything clean. All of his passes were tidy. His first touch, his open play, he was always available to receive the ball as well. I mean, him and Saliba today to me were absolutely fantastic. They made Harry Kane, Elise, Serge Gnabry, they made them look like average players. And for Saliba and Mosquera to partner up like that and play as well as they did, I mean, you got to give them credit. You got to give Mosquera credit for stepping in, replacing Gabriel, and just doing such a good job. And Jurriën Timber, I mean, to me, he's the best fullback in the league. He's the best fullback in Europe. He's the best fullback in the world right now. He is absolutely world class. He is just so tidy. He wins every challenge. He is comfortable on both feet, right foot, left foot. He is not the tallest player, but I mean, he got his goal from a corner today, which is crazy to me because he's just so hungry to win every single 50-50. And for the most part, he comes out on top. So Jurriën Timber, world class today. He really, really was. Zubimendi, I don't necessarily think he had a bad game. I don't think he had a good game. He was pretty okay. If you ask me, I mean, nothing really too special. I didn't really notice him getting involved too much, but I mean, his pivot partner, Declan Rice, he's my favorite Arsenal player. He really is. He brings so much to this Arsenal team when it comes to driving the ball forward, defending, aerial duels, set pieces, shooting, passing, everything. Like, he is just the complete midfielder. And to me, I mean, it's hard to point out one specific player for Arsenal being the man in the match, but for me, Declan Rice was our best player on the field today. He was everywhere, absolutely everywhere. And I mean, I think as an Arsenal fan, we're very, very lucky to have Declan Rice because he could have gone to City. He chose Arsenal instead, and I love Declan Rice so much. Saka, Trossard, I thought they were fine. I thought Saka got pretty isolated at times. As soon as Saka got the ball, 3 Bayern Munich players were surrounding him as quickly as they possibly could, which is understandable. I don't think he necessarily did too much, but he also did enough to, turn defense into attack and then bring Arsenal up the field. Trossard, I thought it was unfortunate that he came off in the 38th minute, was it? Yeah, he came off right before halftime with it looked like a sort of muscle injury. So hopefully that's nothing too serious because he has been in really, really good form lately. Apart from his assist, I was a little bit disappointed with Eze today. I mean, especially coming off a game where you scored a hat-trick in the North London derby against your rivals. I don't necessarily think Eze did that much. And I think in a game like today, we probably missed Odegaard, who I'll talk about in a second. But Eze, I was kind of expecting a little bit more. And a little bit disappointed in just not being involved enough. And I think that's kind of what I wanted a little bit more from, especially when, he scores 3 goals a couple of days ago, and then you're in the Emirates Stadium on possibly his biggest game of the career. I mean, don't forget that he's never played a Champions League game before this season. So him playing Bayern Munich at home is possibly his biggest game. But I just kind of wanted Eze to do a little bit more, and I was a little bit disappointed that he wasn't too involved in the game today. And then Mikel Merino, who, like I mentioned in my last video, I love the guy because he's such a hybrid player. He really is. He's a central midfielder playing as a striker who's replacing, our 3 injured strikers right now. And he does such a fantastic job with being able to link up the midfield and the attack. And if this guy was at any other Premier League mid-table club, so we're talking about like your Crystal Palaces, your Brentfords, your, Aston Villas, he would be bagging 15 goals a season. He would. If you played up front for those teams, he would score 15 goals a season. He is so good. And it's unfortunate that he isn't our, number 9. But it just shows how versatile our players are. And you got to give credit to Arteta because that's what he brought into this Arsenal team is versatility. And with the substitutions that we made, with Noni Madueke coming on in to replace Leandro Trossard, and then moving over to the right-hand side to replace, Bukayo Saka, and then within a minute he scores. So that versatility, like it shows how dominant it is in this Arsenal team. Ricardo Calafiori coming in the 68th minute. We scored a minute later with his assist. The ball on the left-hand side, he whips it in. Madueke is there to knock it in past Neuer. And then Gabriel Martinelli, another substitute that came on in the 68th minute, scores a couple of minutes after that. It's crazy like how much depth we have on our bench. And then to see players like, Martin Odegaard slowly coming back, and, Gyökeres coming back. Kai Havertz is close to a return. Gabriel Jesus is close to a return. We have built something this season that Arsenal haven't had in a long time, and that is a complete squad. And you've got to give credit to Arteta and Andre Berta for building this, because we have quality in every position and on the bench. And it showed today how important these bench players are, because on another day, if we played Bayern Munich last season, which we did, we got beat. If we play our Barcelonas like we have in the past, we got beat. Real Madrid, it happens. It does happen. I mean, we beat Real Madrid, which was fantastic, but on another day, with the injuries that we have had, if we don't have squad depth, we will get beaten. But again, credit to Arsenal. We were absolutely fantastic. We're sitting pretty comfortably now in the Champions League. Let's see if I can find the Champions League table. I'm not sure if I'm going to find it. But some of the other games that have surprised me in the Champions League. So I don't know if you guys can see it on the right-hand side here, but you got Benfica beating Ajax. Where were the other ones? Obviously, yesterday, Chelsea beat Barcelona. Man City lost yesterday, which was surprising. Okay, so Atletico Madrid beating Inter Milan 2-1 in Madrid, which is pretty huge, because I know Inter Milan are one of the other teams that are up there competing for a top spot in the Champions League spot. This one here, Liverpool versus PSV at Liverpool at Anfield, losing 4-1. What has happened to this Liverpool team? It is mind-blowing. Like, just a couple of injuries, a couple of players that have departed, and Liverpool have crumbled, and it's crazy to see. And then there was Real Madrid barely beating Olympiacos. Holy smokes. Kylian Mbappe with 4 goals, 22 minutes, 24 minutes, 29 minutes, 60 minutes. Wow, that is crazy. And he didn't even get a 10 rating. Oh my gosh, he got an 8.4. He scores 4 goals and they don't even give him a 10 rating. That's crazy. Wow. But yeah, so the Champions League for Arsenal is looking pretty much like we've clutched. We're in the top 8, which is fantastic. We haven't lost the game all season, but neither did Bayern Munich. So that's Bayern Munich's first loss this season, and it had to be against the Arsenal, which makes me happy. It really does make me happy. And then, up next is the big one. Up next, we play Chelsea at Stamford Bridge, who, Chelsea are in good form. They're sitting second in the Premier League right now. They just beat Barcelona 3-0. It's going to be a very, very important game. I think it's going to give Arsenal a lot of comfort if we do go to Stamford Bridge and we do get the win. But with the form that Chelsea's in, with the high that they're in right now, because they just beat Barcelona, and with the form that our Arsenal are in, and with the high that we're in right now, because we just beat Bayern Munich, it's going to be a very, very competitive game. It's going to be a much more competitive game than the North London derby that we had last week. But that's it for me today. I hope you guys enjoy the reports and the analysis that we go through. If you guys don't mind doing me a favor, drop your boy a like, subscribe to the channel. It means a lot to me. But with that being said, we're done with another Arsenal analysis. Fun game, for real, fun game. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.